Morning. Today we'll see if we can find a gold mine. But first, there's a steep path to climb up. There's actually some doubts whether this mine was even a gold mine or not. But there's quite a bit of mining in the area. There's slate, there's, well, what we think is gold, and I think there's some lead levels as well, which we might be able to find as well on the way, or maybe on the way back. Surprisingly, slate everywhere. They should be at the stream soon. This is where it breaks out onto a forestry track, and here's the stream. Yeah, the stream, so above, so up this stream, there actually are some, well, lead levels, I believe. But I'm just looking at the stream itself and wow, yeah, it just looks like it's been just carved in this rock face. You can see why you wouldn't just climb up. It's way too steep. Yeah, interesting. But that's not where we're going. Oh, very nice forest. I do like a mine in the forest. All these rhododendrons, but actually I saw some signs that they're trying to manage a disease that's spreading through rhododendrons, like a fungal plant disease, and they're invasive and non-native anyway. Yay, more steps. Oh, that's a lot of steps. I like it here. The woods are quite dark here. Oh, and the steps carry on. And back out into the fields. Quite some fields. Ah, beautiful valleys. I'm sure they're hiding secrets as well. So the funny thing is, there's actually a very overgrown, probably collapsed level right by the path here up on the hills. But it looks completely sort of, well, collapsed, grown over. There is actually still a bit of a, yeah, it's sort of the water's still there, so if you drained it, maybe it would even be open. Oh, here's the jet. Where's the fighter jet? Oh, I thought I would just quickly run up this hill, but these hills aren't the kind of hills that you can just quickly run up, are they? Well, and I think I can just about see the mine itself. There's some mine buildings. I think there's some spoil heaps there as well. So not far now. So it's time to descend back into the valley. Back towards the, well, I say back. It's back down really. I shouldn't have chosen this route. It was so tricky walking all along that path over there. It's just slippery and it's overgrown and it's not all that fun. But the good thing is I can walk back down that way along that little forest. So past the mine, that's the mining area here, and back down to the road. So I can't believe that I went all the way around. It's just a little circular walk. Never mind. So there's a tiny little reservoir that probably was to do with mining, and it would have been bigger. That looks like some kind of, well, I don't know if there was a wheel pit there, or I know there's a crushing house somewhere as well, maybe over there. We will find out. And there should be another level further way down, so let's see what we can find. But yeah, I'm relieved to be down here where the path is a bit more normal, and it's just I'm really pleased I don't have to go all the way back up. Let's see, that's a very neat spoil heap. So apparently this mine was started off as a lead mine and then became a gold mine when they found well, signs of gold, I guess. So there looks like an adit there. Let's test that theory. Well, where there's a tree, there's an adit. I mean, yeah, there is. And there's there's mud. It looks like a wet one. Let's see what this is like. I mean, it's not too bad. It's just how do you even get in there? Yes, there's an adit. There is an adit, and actually it's nice and I don't want to speak too soon that it's shallow, but it seems to be reasonable for now. Just sort of a little bit of mud, a little bit of water, and it's really, really beautiful actually. The ferns and the moss. Wow, yeah, that's a nice idea. Really, really straight. Yeah, well, let's have a look how far it goes then, shall we? Right, so the level of mud isn't too bad, and straight away, very, very nice shape. So really, really shapely at, but the rock doesn't look good. I mean, it just looks like it's all caked in, like, sort of, you know, the country rock is full of mud and loose rocks. Yeah, so I can see why some other adits, the older ones, are collapsed in the area. Really rough surface, yeah, but very, very different from what I've seen before. But look at the size of it. Very tall. I wonder why they drove it so tall, whether that's because they had high hopes, or whether that's just the way it blasted because of the way the rock is. I don't know. There's just a tiny little stemple, a tiny bit of timber. So what do we have here? It's an old, maybe they're just rammers for the explosives. Okay, so the track sleepers are still here. Yeah, and all this mud. Oh my God. But other than that, clearly there's been some efforts to drain it, because you can walk right in. And I suspect that maybe where you see the black line running along each wall to the sides, that maybe that's where the water level was. And if that's the case, then that's a colossal attempt to drain. Wow, look at these formations. Yeah, iron, the usual. And that formed on the sides. That one there. Oh, look at these. This is brilliant. It's a water feature and a formation in one. Wow, there's formations upon formations. Very impressive. Yeah, it's a sort of a two-colour adit. There's a lot of dark greys and blacks, and then there's the ochre, the oranges. Very nice. But the amount of this material, the iron with well, with the mud, I guess, coming through from the walls is just insane. Wow. This entire system's forming. This one's huge. It's like up to my waist. It's drying out, and it's sort of more yellowish. So the landscape is changing, the inner mine landscape. Ooh, and it looks like we're hitting some stopes. Or are they just the supports? I think there's a... Ooh, this is sketchy. Yeah, that's where the stopes are. There's this little false floor, which looks really, really dodgy. Wow, look at the colour of that water. These supports are really impressive. What I don't like about them is that they're falling down. Does the tunnel carry on? Oh, it breaks out to the stopes over there. I don't want to hang out here for too long. But, oh, and it goes that way as well. And it carries on straight. This is proper dodgy. My God, look at these timbers. Look at how, oh my God, the whole thing. So there's a false floor, well, a ceiling, which is the false floor above, and there it goes down to the stopes. So the tunnel carries on straight through, but this is where it ends. And just to check, that is a dead end, yes. Because it looks like they stoped it out a little bit, but that's... Oh no, sorry, that looks like a collapse, because I can see timbers coming through. So that collapsed through there. Back at the intersection, that's the dead end. These are stopes one way, and colourful slopes the other way. But look at how ruinous, look at how these timbers are just supporting each other, but just. I mean, just. Yeah, I don't like this. I think this is, I mean, this is really beautiful, but this is just about as ruinous as it gets. You really wouldn't want that to collapse on top of you. And then, you know, how do we know if we're not standing on a false floor as well? Oh my God, this is unbelievably unstable. Wow, there's a lump of quartz there in the ceiling. And that's where it then goes down, I think. Yeah, wow. Yeah, you can see that sort of there was a bit of sloping and supports there, and the whole thing looks like it just went. So really, there's no need to go in there. Because it's just really, really bad. And you really don't want to rest on any of these timbers. They're all covered in this, I think they're minerals, but there's probably some kind of a, I don't know if there's a fungus or something that's growing on them. And they're just white. And there's a quartz vein here. So I guess it was a gold mine after all. That's for sure. And it looks like they did find stuff, because there was stoping and there were supports there. And if we look up, there's more quartz up there. All sorts actually. I could see how it could have been a lead mine too. Yeah, there's a bit of a collapse there. And look at these mineral growths. Very pretty. And it makes you wonder whether there's still gold in there, because look at that material, there's all sorts, and you know, it makes you wonder whether with modern technology you could actually extract quite a bit more out of it. Oh yeah, the upslopes go up there a little bit, but yeah, there's all sorts in here. And it does, yeah, it sort of looks like maybe there was some galena in there. It's hard to tell just because there really is all sorts. I love these growths. Okay, well I think it's time to get out of here. Yeah, no, it's an interesting one. I've never seen, well I say I've never seen, but it's, you know, looking at those timbers is just about as bad as it gets in terms of how unstable it might be if you just pushed one of them. The whole thing might collapse and come down. Yeah, other than that, the tunnel is very nice and straight and particularly wide, so yeah, there's a bit of inconsistency there, but I guess wherever you hit the lode, it's always going to be unstable, because that's the whole point, is you want to find the ore. You want to find that vein. As far as acid portals go, this is pretty good. Well, that was very nice. And now just let's have a look at the crusher house. It's quite well preserved, yeah. Oh wow. That's extraordinary, yeah. I've never seen anything like this. That's really nice. Yeah, crusher house. Because it's not, it's all built, yeah, it's completely round, it's perfectly round, but it's carefully built out of stones, and it would have been, yeah, so it would have been higher, it's eroded somewhat. And that's probably the wheel pit. Just over there, oh, and a tree decided to grow right inside there, and these are the spoil heaps. So that was the gold mine. Thanks for watching, and do subscribe, and hope you stay well, and I'll see you soon. Thanks, bye.